out, your brothers and sisters, and welcome to chapter 21 of Return of the Earth Defenders. Now, originally, I wanted to take a break today and do some Rocket Cup, but apparently my parents got home right when it took forever to re-download the Rocket League files. But they did add the new Jurassic Wrangler Jeep, so I quickly got that. I had to. But then again, we're here, we're back. Let's begin. Chapter 21, The Fall of Stalingrad, the City of Blood. The giant portal in the sky opened many miles high above the ground as the Earth Defenders exited, free-falling throughout the sky. "This was part of the plan, Godzilla?" Geras asked. "Not exactly," Godzilla replied. Mothra and Rodan flew downward, trying to descend. They're falling quicker so they didn't descend. Were trying to descend their fall quicker so that they didn't become paste from their small size. "There! That dead soldier has a parachute. You can use it to slow your descent," Rodan said to Anguirus, Baragon, Godzilla, and Shifter. They all had to tough out the heavy flak that fought through the entire city. The city had now become a war zone. All of them had become a war zone. All of them began the descent. Another hunter parted the clouds below them, only to get an insta-shredded death from Rodan. Finally, as they got lower to the ground, they could see the city. "That parachute should do. Come on, we can survive for the rest of the fall," Godzilla shouted. Anguirus, Shifter, Godzilla shouted. Anguirus, Baragon, and Shifter nodded as they all let go of the parachuting dead body as they slammed into the ground, coming in contact with Type 3 Kuryu. "Where were you guys?" Kuryu asked. "Long story," Godzilla replied. "Who's the female Godzillasaurus?" Kuryu asked. "She is the former princess of the Lost Kingdom and our newest member." "Again, long story," Godzilla explained. "Does that story have to do with these zombies and the summoning key?" Kuryu asked. "Yes, but right now let's kill and ask questions later," Godzilla answered. "Zombie hundos use their double-barrel shotguns and their pet velociraptors to rip apart or blow up any of the undead infected. The female zombie slayers use their crossbows with poison arrows or flaming arrows to destroy the undead infected. Some of them use their chain dart weapons to slice their enemies apart. Mech troopers were also involved, but badly damaged." "Godzilla, these things keep coming, and we can't push through to where the key landed with these things constantly spawning. We're running out of options. We tried calling in C-17 winged mammoths and UD-41 gunships, but those swarms of hunters are preventing both ships to use their heavy machine guns, cluster bomb rockets, missiles, machine guns, bomb packages, and to bring in reinforcements," Kuryu shouted. Godzilla overviewed the battle as he formulated a plan. "Bring in the B-10C Bore 2. 10C Bore 2. Have those Bore 2s. Have those planes use their guns and missiles to perform fast jet attacks. And have them support Rodan in the sky. Also, I don't know what happened. Don't know why there was a bubble in my voice. Also, get some RS-17 Shadow Wasps in the air. We can use their ramming and lightning gun abilities to clear the skies. Once that's done, I want the C-17 winged mammoths to drop in into 014 laser gunners, more zombie slayers, and zombie hunters. And we will also need blood ninjas and chemical troopers. Also, call TF2. We're going to need the help of Heavy and Pyro. Also, do any of you have fire drakes, Aces 650cc's, and mega tanks?" Godzilla asked. "Yeah, but the fire drakes are trying to resupply the flames, and it's hard for the Aces 650cc bikes to know where we are going. But the mega tanks need someone to get them off their backs," Type 3 Kuryu explained. I'll assist the Ace's 650cc's, Anguirus told them. I'll support the mega tanks, Mothra told them as he flew off. I guess I got the fire drakes, Baragon said as he burrowed away. Shifter, since we're the most powerful kaijus, we will do everything to push ourselves to the summoning key, Godzilla explained. I'm ready to rumble, Shifter replied. Godzilla and Shifter used their atomic breaths as they pushed the infected back with the help of Type 3 Kuryu. Rodan returned with all the aircraft that came to assist him. Alright, boys, light 'em up, Rodan grinned. They acknowledged, as many of the hunters were shot down, blown to bits, or shredded into Swiss cheese. The skies began to lessen as the only thing that remained was the friendly aircraft. The C-17 wing mammoths began to drop in the reinforcements as they provided air support against the undead horde. Blood ninjas used their ability to keep from getting infected as their katanas slayed their enemies. Soon the zombie hunters and zombie slayers joined in with their weapons. Chemical troopers used their chemical plants to make huge bubbles of chemical infected bodies, causing them to explode. Yeah! Gon shouted as the fire drake stormed in, combining with their firepower to take out the infected. The mega tanks pitched in as they arrived, giving their best support as Mothra provided air support. Anguirus arrived driving an Ace's 650cc motorcycle as its fast-acting team engaged the infected with its mounted machine guns and its mini-missile launchers. Slowly, the infected began to diminish as all of them closed in on their targets. We're approaching the soul-summoning key, Godzilla shouted as the last of the infected finally died off after a few minutes of fighting. Godzilla grabbed the soul-summoning key and crushed it with his bare claws. Finally, that's the end of that, Anguirus breathed. Godzilla looked around. Many of the mega tanks were destroyed. Some Ace's 650cc's were also out of commission. Above that, many mountains of bodies piled up, made of mostly the infected. Looks like this city is going to be abandoned for a while, Godzilla told them. Type 3 Kuryu sighed. I sure hope so, he answered. 5 asteroids later. The Earth Defenders returned to their base as Shifter gave wondrous looks at the buildings. Paragon! A hyperactive voice rang. Oh no! Paragon replied as Pinky leaped out from nowhere and tackled him to the ground. Oh, Paragon, I was so worried about you, she told him. Don't worry, Pinky, I'm still here, Paragon told her. Pinkie Pie then kissed Paragon once more as she moaned into the kiss, missing how much she enjoyed Paragon's lips. A burst of speed also came out of nowhere as Spitfire came and kissed Rodan, as she enjoyed her fiery passion with a soft moan into the kiss. I really miss you, Rodan, Spitfire told him. I missed you too, Rodan replied. Flutterbat also appeared as she walked towards Anguirus with a sway of her hips. Anguirus, you're finally back. I really missed my handsome warrior. Flutterbat cooed seductively. I miss you too, Flutterbat. Your beautiful guidance is what I missed, Anguirus told her. Then come here and show me my gratitude. Oh my god. Flutterbat said with another coo. They both kissed once more, enjoying the passion of being connected to their loved ones once more. Vinyl Scratch approached Mothra as she gasped, then embraced him in a hug. Oh my beautiful bug husband. I miss you so much, Vinyl told him. I miss you too. You don't know how happy I am to be back, Mothra replied. All of them noticed Shifter in the back. Oh my, Flutterbat said as her eyes widened. I cannot speak today. Meet Shifter, a female Godzillasaurus from the Lost Kingdom that is going to stay with us for good, Godzilla explained. Nice to meet you, Shifter. I'm Spitfire. Spitfire introduced. I'm Vinyl Scratch, the famous DJ, Vinyl said with a smug grin. I'm Flutterbat, and I'm the princess of vampire ponies. And Anguirus' soon-to-be naughty mate, she said, winking at Anguirus. You're such a tease, Anguirus groaned. Flutterbat stuck her tongue out playfully in response. I'm Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie replied, bouncing up and down. Shifter shook their hands and introduced herself. They all then walked away to talk about their lives and why they were here. We're finally home, Anguirus sighed. Yeah, but when will we be called away for our next mission? Godzilla asked as they all began to have their time off. Godzilla then felt a sting in the back of his mind as a familiar face returned from the darkness. My energy is finally recharged. Nightmare Godzilla has finally returned. Nightmare Godzilla grinned as his dark laughter filled the air. Hang on. Chapter 22. Oh, sorry, guys. Chapter 22. The Return of Nightmare Godzilla. Nightmare Godzilla grinned sinisterly as he had long been out of the action, but was thankful his energy charged soon. Now, time to have some fun with these vile humans to show them their true nightmare. Nightmare Godzilla grinned as he teleported to his first stop. Mothra had seen everything in silence and knew the tragedies. This was not good at all. He then flew as fast as he could to the others to warn them. 5 asteroids later. Wow, we're really getting close to the end of this book, guys. We really are. That means after this book, there's going to be credits and then the questions and answers live stream. Martha, where have you been? We've been trying to work on how Shifter is doing our roster. What took you so long? Hang on, guys. Oh, and so all of you wondering, since the lobby room is like located, I'm in a different part of the clubhouse. Like, for instance, look here. There's just literally a billiards table, like, right there. There's, like, the stakes, there's a little triangle, and the balls are probably in the pockets. And there's, like, a huge mirror in the background. I'm the only one here. Perfect space. Perfect space. Plus, it's not really echoey, so... Forget that. We've got bigger problems, Mothra told them. What kind of problems? Ronan asked. He's back. Nightmare Godzilla has finally returned, Mothra explained. That statement made all of them freeze. Are you sure? Anguirus asked. Positive. I just saw Nightmare regain control over Godzilla's body, Mothra told him. That's not good, man. What do we do? Anguirus asked. I don't know. I don't know how to diminish Nightmare Godzilla's energy, Mothra replied. Whose energy? Shifter asked, as she, Spitfire, Flutterbat, Vinyl Scratch, and Pinkie Pie returned from the conversation. We believe Nightmare Godzilla has finally returned, Mothra told him. The others gasped while Shifter had a look of confusion on her face. Mothra explained to Shifter who Nightmare Godzilla was and a part of Godzilla who was now not in his right mind. Shifter then began to act worried. Take me to him, Shifter said. Shifter, we don't think it's a good idea, Mothra explained. If this is happening to him, then only I can bring him back to who he is, Shifter explained. Mothra sighed. Alright, but whatever you have planned, you better make sure it will work, Mothra told her. I will, for Godzilla's sake, she said as she prepared to help her chosen mate. 5 asteroids later. The long hallway of the dark, abandoned warehouse was now full of crates as the illegal weapon dealers began to inspect and check to make sure everything was on track. We're chosen to start the shipments, boys, the leaders told them as the others sighed, finally wanting to get the deal over with as they inspected the weaponry. One of the lights turned off by itself. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm gonna have to have this now. The leader soon other lights shut off, completely putting the warehouse in a massive blackness. Yo, what the hell's going on? The leader asked. Must be the generator, one of the other dealers shrugged. Then, it's cold out here. Please let me in. Oh, heck no. No. A sharp, silent girl's voice rang out. The floorboards began to creak creepily, shivers up their spines. Ooh, I'm getting that there shiver right now. Oh, that's creepy. There was also the cracking sound of bones being broken in a creepy, weird way. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell to the no. Panic began to fill the room as they all began to sweat from fear. What the hell's going on, man? The leader whimpered as all of them quivered. Finally, one of them turned to the window to see the dark, demonized face of Nightmare Godzilla. The man screamed and jumped back in fright, as others looked at the twisted face of Nightmare Godzilla. Those same bleeding, bloodshot eyes, the pupils mostly shrank, as it only made the face more disturbing, especially with that wide, careening smile, as his head tilted, breaking more of his neck. He then spoke again, his mouth barely moving, keeping that wide smile. It's cold out here. Please let me in. The same like shy voice softly spoke. One of the members dropped his gun, losing it after that sentence. I don't know, man. Hell no. I want to go home. He wailed as he began to run. Nightmare Godzilla used his magical powers as he trapped his victims inside. Nightmare Godzilla then dashed throughout the inside as he played with his spray. He then began to sing in a little girl's voice, repeating what almost sounded like a nursery rhyme. The ghost-like voice was soft, sweet, shy, and echoed with the perfect pitch as he sang. 1, 2, Nightmare Godzilla is coming for you. 3, 4, your heart's not beating anymore. 5, 6, your doom is fixed. 7, 8, it's way too late. 9, 10, you're dead by then. Heck no. Zilla sang, then giggled like a 6-year-old schoolgirl. Nightmare Godzilla spoke again in the same voice. Nightmare night, what a fright. The nightmare comes for you tonight. Ooh, I bet all the MLP fans just had a chill up their spine from that. Godzilla sang, then giggled like a 6-year-old schoolgirl. The victims grabbed guns, quivering as they were done with this thing, creeping them the F out. Where are you? The leader shouted. You You ran. Oh, Earth died in so many holes. No. This got creepier than Pinky. This creepy pasta creepier than cupcakes and Rainbow Factory combined. I'm done with this. Be 6-year-old girl's voice that giggled using that voice again. Where are you? The leader shouted. A pool of blood appeared directly behind him as it formed into the terrifying form of Nightmare Godzilla. The others could only have their jaws drop as Nightmare Godzilla picked his opponent up, ripped his body in half, exposing his spine and pulling out his intestines, and hanging him up on the hook with his intestines tied to his spine. The other fired their weapons at Nightmare Godzilla, their weapons having no effect. Godzilla gave them their gory deaths. One of them had been ripped almost in half, making him look like a wilted flower. Another was crushed into a little ball. Another had his heart ripped out and crushed while still beating. The final person collapsed and tried to run, but realized he was pinned in the corner as the floating Nightmare Godzilla approached him. The man wailed. Nightmare Godzilla picked up... Wait. What are you, man? The man wailed. Nightmare Godzilla picked his opponent up and answered, I'm your effing nightmare. Okay. Woo! I think I'm getting good. Oh my goodness, I got goosebumps all over. I got goosebumps. He said in a sing-songy voice, as he then destroyed and crushed his opponent's skull as he showed how powerful he was. Once again, he erased evidence that he was there destroying the place. 5 asteroids later. Nightmare Godzilla approached an alley as some weapons dealers encountered him. They all turned to him, plasma weapons armed. Oh, I don't know who you are. Okay, I don't know who you are, Floaty, but you need to scram. This is our prize, they both said as they pulled out some weapons. I'm afraid there's a misunderstanding. I'm not here to scram. I came to make you scream. And I have just the powers to do so. Nightmare Godzilla growled in the deep, dark voice of his. Nightmare Godzilla easily began slaughtering his opponents and leaving his opponent. No, wait. Please don't do this. He panicked with his leg pierced by a sharp piece of metal. As a matter of fact, I do. Nightmare Godzilla growled as he raised his claw ready to kill. Before Nightmare Godzilla could kill him, a familiar angelic singing began to sing behind him. Nightmare Godzilla quickly used his mind powers to drive his opponents insane. As he thrashed around wildly, his eyes were now bleeding. Nightmare Godzilla approached the singer as Shifter continued, her angelic singing as Nightmare Godzilla approached her. The coldness softened. The creepiness was lowered. Nightmare Godzilla stopped floating and walked towards Shifter. Shifter opened her arms as she held Nightmare Godzilla close to her, her eyes glowing with the bright pink as she began to sing in a soft voice. Always running. Buried. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies by Treyarch. Again, I don't own this. In this solemn field of silence, I can barely feel the pain. Blind and deaf to all the violence. And I've always felt this way. la, 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 la. On the wind, smell of misery, fear and death perfume the air. It begins again in mystery, and I always end up there, always unsuspecting, so easy to lure them away from all angels within. I am running from something I'm becoming unstoppable, and I'm coming from something that I'm running from, becoming one, always running like something might be coming to follow me, and I'm running from the something that I'm coming from, becoming one. I am letting go of all I know from this buried ground of consciousness. I can barely hear the rain. Everyone becomes anonymous. All their faces seem the same. Always unreal, descending into our own nightmare. From this twisted fantasy, falling far away from the beauty of annihilation. Do the faithless face fear? I am running from something I'm becoming unstoppable, and I'm coming from the something that I'm running from, becoming one, always running like something might becoming to follow me, and I'm running from the something that I'm coming from, becoming one, become something they've all from. I want you to be gone, but I know you've just begun. Why am I numb to everything I have done? There's no going back for me. Becoming is taking its toll on me. I am running from something I'm becoming unstoppable, and I am coming from something that I'm running from, becoming one, always running like something might becoming to follow me, and I'm running from the something that I'm coming from, becoming one. I am running from something I'm becoming unstoppable, and I'm running from the something that I'm running from, becoming one, always running like something might becoming to follow me, and I'm coming from the something that I'm coming from, becoming one. I am running from the ones and the other ones I'm running from, and becoming means I'm running from all I am. Shifter's voice stopped as she finished her song. Nightmare Godzilla screamed as inside Godzilla's mind he was torn away, being destroyed by the new blinding light that surged through Godzilla. Godzilla's body stopped bleeding, his eyes returning to normal as he held Shifter's tears in both of their eyes. Godzilla then broke to silence. It's gone. It's gone. I'm finally free. How only the mate of a male can do that? Doubt. I don't know, Shifter lied. She was surprised it even worked. This was starting to prove that their imprint on one another as mates was not a misimprint at all. Let's go, Godzilla, Anguirus told them as they all fled. And here's where the cut is. I'll be right back. And we're back. We're back to Return of the Earth Defenders. So, right where we left off. 5 asteroids later. Godzilla walked through the doors, assisted by Sifter and the Earth Defenders. Are you okay? Spitfire asked. Yes, I'm fine. Nightmare Godzilla is no more. I'm finally free, he told them. They all smiled as they decided to rest after such a tiring day. And that's gonna be it for this episode. This is just a little cut, and that's it. I could have just kept on recording. Why? It went on just a few seconds. Don't forget to wrist blaster slice that like button, and be sure to subscribe and comment in the below. And one more thing. Plasma caster shots and heads all around. See ya.